Hello my friends, Stephanie here, and I'm back with more movie chatter. And what I have for you today is a Criterion video, because either you know or you don't know, the Barnes & Noble 50% off Criterion sale started Friday, July 10th, and it goes through, I believe it's August 4th. It's both online and in-store at Barnes & Noble. And if you're like me, unfortunately, the Barnes & Noble closest to me does not carry any in-store titles. So it's not like I can buy it online and do curbside pickup or in-store pickup, because they just don't have a movie section anymore, unfortunately. But a lot of things that are online or even in store are already out of stock. It says temporarily out of stock, which kind of leads me to believe that maybe as the sale progresses, they'll get more inventory in, because I really think that because of the pandemic situation that everyone is in, I believe that they just kept their inventory really low. So maybe that's what we're seeing, because it was even the first day of the sale and almost everything I wanted was out of stock. But then I went in the next day and I was able to get a few items. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, my pickups have not arrived yet, obviously, because I just placed the order. So what I thought I would do is kind of do a recommendation video. I have some box sets, some mainstream titles, and then some foreign language titles. Just some recommendations. I mean, I could make 100 recommendations for the Criterion Collection, as could anyone who's into the films of the collection. But I just tried to pick out a good wide range of things that maybe you could look at if the items that you want aren't in stock or don't come back in stock. And also stay tuned to the end of the video, because we did pass 4,000 subscribers, and thank you so much to everyone who continues to support the channel. So as promised, I am going to do a giveaway at the end of the video, and I also have another giveaway planned for probably in 2 weeks for people who are maybe not so into the Criterion Collection. I have more of a mainstream giveaway. So let me just get right into it, because I have babbled way too long. The first thing that I tell people is box sets. The sales are a great time to pick up box sets, because the box sets can get really, really pricey. I mean, the films alone are expensive, but the box sets are crazy. And one of my favorites is the Complete Jacques Tati. And if you've been around the channel long enough, you know I love this box set. It was one of my Desert Island picks. It is the complete works of Jacques Tati, and it will make you laugh. You will not be disappointed. It is in French with English subtitles. So if you don't mind the subtitles, definitely check out the Jacques Tati box set. And as far as I saw, I believe it's still in stock. Another one. This one is in Persian with English subtitles, and it is 3 films by Abbas Kiarostami, the Coker trilogy. And this is really wonderful. I've actually watched Where is the Friend's House and Life Goes On. Loved both of them. Beautiful films. If you're at all acquainted with Kiarostami, beautiful films. And I really believe that for most people, if you're into foreign language cinema, this would be a safe blind buy. I would just go ahead and get it if it's something that sounds like something that you're interested in. But the Coker trilogy is another box set I would check out. And this one, I've talked about this several times. Can't recommend it enough. It's all about the Holocaust. It is a 9-hour set that usually goes for $99, I believe, and I think it's $49 now in the sale. It's called Shoah, and it's all about the Holocaust. And I caution you, if you do check this out, it is emotionally draining. I did about an hour a night, and then I kind of got to a certain point where I had to break it up with some lighter stuff in between, and then I went back to it. But what an exhaustive collection of documentary material this is. It's amazing. It was 10 years in the making, and again, I highly, highly recommend Shoah, and no better time than the sale to pick it up. But yeah, definitely important viewing. And this one is a great, it's very popular, it's pretty much great for anybody. It's the Before trilogy, 3 films from Richard Linklater. And it is Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and Before Midnight. And each one, they were actually filmed about 9 or 10 years apart. So I am glad I got them as a box set trilogy, because it would have made me crazy to have to wait 9 or 10 years for the next movie to come out. But basically what it is we have a couple, and in each film we spend one day with them during the course of their 20-year relationship, and it's really good. I think my favorite one is Before Sunset, the second one. But they're all really solid picks, and this is binge worthy. I think once you, because I watched 2 the first night, and I just recently watched it again because a friend hadn't seen it, but we watched 2 the first night and then right to the third one the beginning of the next day. But I think the first time I watched this, I watched all 3 in one sitting. Don't quote me on that, but I believe I did. So yeah, the Before trilogy, definitely put that on your list. And now, I just picked some titles that I think would be pretty much, they're good for anybody. And sometimes people get upset if too many mainstream titles are put into the collection. And my feel on it is anything that gets people to enjoy the collection or get interested in the Criterion collection and see what they offer when they take a film into the collection and give it the Criterion treatment, I think is a great thing. So I welcome any films that they want to bring into the collection, because the more people who are involved, the more people who support it, the more the collection is going to continue to grow and grow and grow. And also, once people start to see what the collection's all about, there's a good chance they might, dip their feet in the water and get interested in things that they didn't realize they would enjoy. Take Parasite, for instance. Who watched subtitles film? Now everybody's watching subtitled films. But I digress. The first one of the Jonathan Demme picture. This is a beautiful, beautiful release. The Silence of the Lambs. So well done. The transfer is amazing. The set is amazing. The special features. Who doesn't love Silence of the Lambs? And if you want to upgrade, this has a new 4K digital restoration. So it looks better than it's ever looked. But love, love, love the Silence of the Lambs. Definitely check that one out. And this one is a newer release. I think it just came out about a month and a half ago. Wes Anderson's The Grand Budapest Hotel. This is a beautiful release. It looks great. It has a lot of fun extras. It's in the slip box version that you get with that first pressing, so it looks great. And the next one, this film has never looked better, and I love this. I will always love it. It brings me back to my high school days, because 1985, I was just out of high school. Now you know, I'm an old biddy. But this is The Breakfast Club, John Hughes. So if you are in need of a new copy of The Breakfast Club, definitely check out the Criterion, because like I said, this is a great way to see what it means for a film to get the Criterion treatment, as they say. So check that one out. Another really good one, The Fisher King. It's a Terry Gilliam film, stars Jeff Bridges and Robin Williams. So if you're a fan of Robin Williams, you will definitely appreciate this one. And like I said, it got the Criterion treatment. It looks great. Everything about it is great. It was from 1991, and who doesn't need more Robin Williams in their life, right? Fisher King is a good one. And then this is a very popular documentary in the collection. And it's great for sports fans. And I am not necessarily a sports fan, but I like sports movies, and I love this one. It's called Hoop Dreams. It's a long one. It's from 1994. It's 172 minutes in color, and all these are in English, by the way. These are not subtitled films, any of the ones I've just shown you. It follows 2 young men from Chicago, I believe it is. Yeah, 2 Chicago young kids from the inner city of Chicago who want to be professional basketball players. Highly, highly recommend this one. This has been called one of the best sports documentaries ever made. So Hoop Dreams, if you're into it, definitely give it a look. Alright, so now I'm going to grab some of the more, let's say, world cinema titles, and I'm going to continue on. Okay, I'm back, and I have some more films to recommend for you, and I just wanted to say that I'm intentionally keeping my commentary brief, because these are recommendations. They are not reviews. I'm just kind of trying to give you some ideas to wet your whistle when you go through the pages and pages of films that are available. And these first 4 that I want to talk about are just films that, if you ask anybody to make Criterion recommendations, they would probably pick one or more of these, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention them. The first one is Spine Number 591. It is from 1957. It's a Sidney Lumet film, and Henry Fonda just steals the show on this one. It's 96 minutes, and it is in English, 12 Angry Men. And basically what this is you are a fly on the wall, and you see what goes on in a jury room in 1957, what the prejudices were, what the ideologies were, what the commentary was, and it's a very interesting look back at what went on when people were trying to decide the fate of someone who was on trial that was maybe different from them. So again, feeling a little relevant in the times we're in. So definitely check out 12 Angry Men if you have not seen it yet. Good one. And the next one is spine number 374, Bicycle Thieves. Fun fact about this one, there were no professional actors used in this film. They were amateurs. This was from 1948. It's 89 minutes. It is in Italian with English subtitles. And basically what this shows us is poverty-stricken post-war Rome. And we have a gentleman who gets a job. The job is dependent on him having a bicycle to be able to get to work. As soon as he is due to start this job, his bicycle is stolen, and there are just bicycles everywhere. Everybody's on bicycles in this time. And he and his young son go out on foot and try and find the bicycle because their family's survival is dependent on him having this job, which requires the bike. And it's a really interesting time because we follow the father as he's kind of giving his son worldly advice and explaining to him the importance of everything that's going on. So it's a really good father-son movie, besides showing us the realities of how hard life was in Rome, post-war poverty-stricken Rome. But Bicycle Thieves is wonderful. Really, really good stuff. And this one happens to be one of my favorite coming-of-age films in the collection. It is spine number 5, The 400 Blows. And this one is from 1959, and it is in French with English subtitles. And we have our little guy here, and he is just getting himself into all kinds of trouble because basically he wants to get somebody's attention somehow. And it's a really good film. There are some funny moments, there are some heartfelt moments, but if you haven't seen The 400 Blows, I highly recommend it. You will not be disappointed. Definitely check it out. And this next one, if you ask anyone for one recommendation in the Criterion collection, foreign language, I would say most of them are going to suggest this one. Spine number 2, Seven Samurai. And this one is in Japanese with English subtitles. It inspired so many films. It is just a world-renowned film. And think like The Magnificent Seven, things like that. It inspired films like that. But definitely, if you don't mind the runtime of 207 minutes. It's from 1954, 207 minutes in black and white. If you don't mind the runtime, or if you can find a way to break it up so that you can do an hour or so each night, I think you're really, really going to enjoy this one. It actually has a built-in intermission, which is kind of cool. I thought it felt like being at the old drive-ins. But yeah, Seven Samurai is definitely one that I try to watch at least once a year, but it's definitely a good one to add to any collection. And the next one is one for the music fans, and from what I'm seeing from people's out and about videos that they're doing in-store shopping, it looks like it's still in this original packaging, which is beautiful because it also comes with an 80-page book. It is spine number 711, The Beatles, A Hard Day's Night. It is from 1964. It's in black and white, and it is in English, and we follow the Beatles on their journey. So this is a really, really good one. It even includes their performance on the Ed Sullivan Show, and really good stuff. So if you like the Beatles or classic music, check out A Hard Day's Night. And this next one has never felt more relevant than it does today. It's just funny how art seems to come full cycle, and this is a perfect example of it. It is spine number 97, a Spike Lee joint, Do the Right Thing. And I think this is still out in this packaging. This came out I think it was last summer, but comes in the slip box. And I'm just going to show you the artwork because it's beautiful. Really fitting. And basically it's about racial tensions in a neighborhood. And I think that, and it also comes with a beautiful book. So if you can get it in this packaging, I would definitely grab it. But Spike Lee does a great job in this one. It's probably one of my favorite films that he has done, and like I said, with everything that's going on in America today, this film has never felt more relevant. So if you haven't seen it, this is definitely the edition you want. It was released on DVD in the collection. I believe that's out of print, but the Blu-ray is fantastic, so I would definitely look for this one. And I think it was still available online. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was. Now this next one is a film by Guillermo del Toro, one of 3 that's in the collection. He also has Kronos and The Devil's Backbone, both of which were very, very good. Devil's Backbone is a close second to this one, but I think this is my favorite, Pan's Labyrinth. It is spine number 838. It is from 2006. It's 119 minutes. It is in Spanish with English subtitles. And it takes place during the Spanish Civil War, and basically what it is it's a dark fable, fairy tale type thing. And it is such a beautiful film. It is a well done film, well written film. The story just sucks you in, and you go to this fairy tale world with this little girl, and then you come back to reality, but it's very easy to follow. And again, this is one of those films that it is subtitled, but the subtitles are not so overbearing that you can't enjoy the film at the same time. So if you're newer to subtitles, I would say this is one that you will probably really enjoy. It's a good way, it's a good jumping off point, but Pan's Labyrinth, it's a home run every time. Everyone I show it to loves this film. Next one. This is a newer release, and unfortunately what I hear is people are having a very hard time locating it both in store, and it is out of stock online, but hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll change. It is Spine number 1034, Portrait of a Lady on Fire. And if you have seen the film, you understand the relevance of the artwork they chose for the cover. It is from 2019. It's 121 minutes in color. And it doesn't say it here, but I think it was in French. I know it had English subtitles. I watched it, I want to say 2 weeks ago. I watched it the day it came in. And basically what it is an artist, a lady, a young woman, is hired to paint this portrait of a young gal who is being married off. She's being married off to a young man who she's never met, and he wants to see a picture of her before he decides if he wants to take her as his wife. So she doesn't want to be painted, she wants nothing to do with it, and her family hires this artist under the guise that she is a companion for her to kind of take her on walks and keep an eye on her and keep her entertained during the days. And the artist is supposed to try to paint her without her knowing. And the film explores their friendship and subsequent relationship. But what a beautifully done film. It's a timepiece. Everything is done to perfection, from the lighting, the use of candles on the set, the costumes, the decor, everything. It is impeccably done. It is a beautiful film from beginning to end. So I highly recommend getting your hands on a copy of this, even if you have to, wait, put it on order and wait for it to come in. Well worth the wait. What's top recommendation? I'm going to actually do a full review on that one. That's how good it is. This next one, another one that feels oddly relevant right now. It is Spine number 984. It is 1984, based on the George Orwell book from 1984. 110 minutes in color, and this one is in English. And basically what this is about is a totalitarian oppression giving harrowing cinematic experience to the book's prophetic dystopia. In a rubble-strewn surveillance state where an endless overseas war props up the repressive regime of the all-seeing Big Brother. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Basically what it is Big Brother is always watching, and the media and the government and everybody involved in running the country, they are going to tell the people what they want them to know. Sound familiar? Watch 1984. It's a good one. It's scary how much art imitates life and life imitates art. It's a little, right now, a lot of these when I was picking through them, it's a little freaky. It's a lot freaky. This one is one of my favorites in the collection in the horror thriller genre. So this is for my horror peeps out there. It's Spine number 260, Eyes Without a Face. Look at that. Love the cover. Love the pink and black together. And this one is from 1960. It is in black and white, and it is French with English subtitles. If you're in, I would say it's horror, but it's got more thriller elements. It's not like hardcore horror like you'd see today, but it's got enough horror elements where I could put it into that category. Basically what it is the daughter of a physician has been in a horrible car accident, leaving her face totally disfigured. Her father tries to get young women who he feels would have a facial match for her, and he tries to remove their faces and transplant it on his daughter so she doesn't have to wear this mask. It is awesome. Definitely, if you're a fan of the horror thriller genre, definitely put Eyes Without a Face on your list. You will not be disappointed. This next one is a great documentary. I love this. This shows how wacky people can be, including their whole family. It's not just the person, it's their family too. It's number 533, and it is called Crumb. And if you check out that front, This one's from 1995. It is in English. It's 120 minutes, and it focuses on the life of the artist Robert Crumb. He is just such an interesting character. I don't even want to get into what it is about him. He's an eccentric. He's into everything, and his family. You meet members of his family, and they are just as off the wall as he is. And some of it's a little bit sad. It's sad to watch, but it's really, really interesting. And Robert Crumb is he's an open book. He tells it like it is. He's a fantastic artist, and this is such an interesting documentary. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but the people who do talk about it, everybody loves it. It is so, so good. So if you haven't checked out Crumb yet, give it a look. I think you'd really, really enjoy it. So that's a good one. And this next one, this is a classic. Most of you probably read the book in probably middle school, maybe high school. I'm too old to remember when I read it. Spine number 43. It is Lord of the Flies. And if you've seen it, you understand the cover. Again, it is from 1963. It's in 90 minutes, black and white. This one is in English. I have seen the remake of this, and this is head and shoulders above it. This is so much better. If you watch it, you want to watch the original. Basically, we have a bunch of boys who have been, they've gone down in a plane crash, and they are abandoned on this, they're kind of wrecked on this island, they're left on this island, and they try and figure out how to form some kind of democracy to get them through until they can be rescued. And we just see how things go from, okay, we're fine, to just bad to worse. And what a great, great film. And it's just so layered and so good and so moving. And I don't want to say any more about it. I did do a review on this at one point. I might do another one for those of you who didn't see that one. But yeah, definitely check out Lord of the Flies. It will not disappoint you. And this is a film that some people love it, some people don't. I really personally enjoy it. It's written by Noah Baumbach. It was also co-written with Greta Gerwig, who also stars as Frances. It is Spine number 681, Frances Ha. And this one is from 2013. It's 86 minutes. This one is also, this one's in English. It's in black and white in English. But Greta Gerwig plays Frances, who is a 20-something living in New York. She's a dancer, and basically she's trying to adult for the first time, and she just makes all those mistakes that everybody makes. You know, she's trying to figure it all out, but Greta Gerwig is so, so good in this one, and it was one of the first things that I saw her in. And after seeing her in this, I just want to see her in everything. And now that she's also writing and directing on her own, she's just doing fantastic work, from Lady Bird to what she did with Little Women this year. So everything she touches feels like a home run to me. So if you're interested at all in Greta Gerwig and her works, definitely check out Frances Ha. It's really a good one. And this next one, another one for the horror fans. This one is a George A. Romero, Spine number 909, Night of the Living Dead. Don't have to say much more about that. This looks great. It got a nice slip box release with some cool artwork. It's from 1968. It's 96 minutes in black and white. And if you know Night of the Living Dead, you know what to expect. It's like the jump off of the big zombie genre that we've all come to know and love. But this is where it all began, and highly recommend this for anyone who's a fan of horror, zombies. If you haven't picked it up yet, definitely check it out. What are we going to do next? Let's see. I'll do this one. This one is a really good one. Spine number 36. It is The Wages of Fear. This one is from 1953. It's 147 minutes. It is in French with English subtitles. Now I'm just going to give you the basic premise of this. It's a South American oil town, and we have truckers that are driving nitroglycerin over this treacherous mountain terrain. And so they have this, their cargo is explosive, and they're driving over these roads that anything can happen at any time. This is the ultimate psychological thriller. It is so good. It is so full of suspense. Anything can happen at any time. And I don't want to give too much away, but yeah, The Wages of Fear, it's just so good. It's a nail biter, right? Beginning to end, it's a nail biter. So if you haven't checked this one out or you haven't heard of it, I highly, highly recommend it. It reminds me of that show, I forget what channel they do it on, but it's like the Ice Road Truckers, but this is 100 times better than that. But Wages of Fear, definitely well worth your time to check out. And this one is a fun one. It is Hedwig and the Angry Inch, spine number 982. This one just came, I think it came out last summer. It joined the collection last summer. This one is from 2001. It's 91 minutes. And basically what it is Hedwig is born a man. And where is he living? He's living in East Berlin, and he decides to move to the United States because he wants to be a rock and roll diva. And it is wonderful. It is so much fun, and it is all in the spirit of rock and roll, and you will not be disappointed in Hedwig. I would say check it out, read up on it, but definitely it's a good one. And I'm hoping that it's still in this packaging. It's in the slip box type packaging, and we have two really cool pictures. You can see the differences there, and just so good. And there's this is the back. This is the back of the book. So that gives you an idea what's going on. I can't show you the front of the book, but the Hedwig is just so much fun, so much fun. And if you like, I'm not a huge fan of musicals, but I really enjoyed this one, and I think it's because it's more towards the rock style, but really good and funny, fun and funny and rockin' and all good stuff. The next two are from Yasujiro Uzo. The first one is spine number 331, Late Spring, and this one is from 1949. It's black and white in Japanese with English subtitles, and this basically follows the story of a father and a daughter. She is living with her father because he's been widowed, and she takes care of her father, and she is well past the age where she should be married, but she does not want to leave her father, and he starts to feel bad because he feels like he's holding her back from her life. But it is a beautiful story about the real relationship between a father and a daughter and their true love for each other. It is a beautiful story. So if you're interested in that, I would definitely say to check out Late Spring. It makes your heart feel good to watch it. And this next one is also from Azu. It is spine number 84, and we're totally going the opposite direction because this one is so funny. It's called Good Morning, and we have our two little boys there in the front. They're little brothers. This one is from 1959. It's in color. It's also in Japanese with English subtitles. The basic plot is I'm laughing thinking about it. The little boys want their parents to buy them a television set, and they take a vow of silence because they decide they are not going to talk until they get the television, and the parents say, fine, don't talk, we don't care, we don't want to hear you anyway. It is so much fun. It is so funny, and if you want something lighthearted and just so much fun to watch, definitely check out Good Morning. And now this last one that I'm going to talk about is one that has recently come out. There's so much buzz about it. It is spine number 1035, Come and See. And you can tell by the front cover just how heavy and dark this film is. Now, I did watch this the first night I got it. I got it a few days ago, and I watched it. It's from 1985. It's 142 minutes. It is in Russian and German with English subtitles. And basically what this is it's about these Russian revolutionaries who they're trying to fight off the German Nazis who are coming in and trying to take over. And he doesn't look very young, but he's a young boy, and he decides to join what they call the Soviet resistance. He decides he's going to go to war, and he's going to fight these Nazis with his fellow townsmen. But he's a young boy, but they're taking anyone they can get. His mother begs him not to go. She's home with his two twin sisters, and his father is off, I think, fighting, or we're not really sure where the father is. And she's very upset. She begs him not to go, but he goes, and he's totally into this. He thinks he's going to be a hero, and they're going to do all these great things. And then he gets into it, and it is the realities of what went on during this war. And this is a gut-wrenching, tough film to watch. It's an excellent film, but I'll tell you, the third act broke me. I will definitely watch it again. I highly recommend everyone checking it out. But it is brutal at times. It starts out light, and it just gets more and more dark depressing, violent, difficult to watch at times, but it's a real look at what war with Germany was like. So I definitely recommend this one, and I know it is coming with so much hype. And this is another one that has been out of stock online, and it seems to be very limited, if at all available in stores. So come and see. It's a new release, so we're hoping that hopefully they'll re-up their inventory and it will be available again very soon, because this is one I highly recommend for everybody. And I am going to do a full review on this at a later time when more of my pickups come in, but I just want to talk about this one. So this is my last recommendation, and that's what I have for you today. So I'm just going to cut away. I'm going to grab the giveaway item and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back and I have the giveaway item, and as luck would have it, I happen to have an extra copy of spine number 1035, Come and See, which is quite difficult to get a hold of right now, but I had pre-ordered this, and I told you guys I would do a giveaway after 4,000 subscribers. We've just passed that, so this will be the first giveaway item. I'm going to do another giveaway in a few weeks, for more mainstream, because I know that not everyone is into the Criterion collection, but this is an excellent new release. You just heard me talk about it, so all you have to do to be entered in this is just be subscribed to the channel and just leave me a comment below letting me know that you want to be in the giveaway. Now, one caveat here is that I have to keep this limited to the continental United States, only because of the pandemic situation. International shipping is a nightmare. And I couldn't even guarantee that it would get there or get there in one piece, because I've ordered things from the UK that have not gotten here, and some things did get here and they were just destroyed. So I'm just going to keep this to the continental United States, but I am going to do something, maybe a digital code giveaway or something like that, and make it open to everyone everywhere, because I kind of feel bad about that, because I know we have a lot of people watching from all over. But I am going to do something for our international friends. And I also have another giveaway planned for a few weeks that is not Criterion related, that's more for people who are, you know, into the mainstream cinema. So, like I said, this is the first one. Let's look at I'm going to look at my calendar here. We will do the drawing next Monday, July 20th. So that gives everybody about a week to get your name in, watch the video, let me know that you want to be in the drawing, and that's as easy as it goes. So one winner will get a Blu-ray copy of Criterion Come and See. So I want to thank you guys for hanging with me. I know this was a long one. I hope you found some suggestions or some ideas for titles that you want to pick up during the sale. And as my hauls come in, I will share them with you. And hopefully I'll do some more in-depth reviews so that you can decide if there's anything else you want to add to your shopping pile. But again, thanks for being here. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, leave me some comments, say hello, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Some people aren't getting notifications, and I know I've noticed I'm not getting notifications on some channels that I sub to, so you might have to re-tap the bell. I know I've had to do that. But that's going to do it for me today, because I am starving, and I know this was a long one, so go have something fun to eat, and I will catch you on the next one. So for today, that's a wrap.